1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's the 10 crack commandments.
1.
Yeah.
We're at 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Shout out to Public Enemy.
10. Yeah, Chuck D, best vocalist of all time, hip hop.
You think so?
Illest voice in hip hop.
You think Chuck D's the illest vocalist in hip hop of all time? I've had this
Voice.
conversation with a few people.
The voice.
This is gonna be
Illest voice in hip hop.
Ooh.
We're gonna have a long conversation just based on this.
Okay. Who you saying? Who you saying?
It's hard because there's a
Yo,
lot.
just go a little closer.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah, I can turn you up too.
All right, cool. There's a lot.
Ooh.
There's a lot of people.
Man,
with
because you
dope
can throw in
voices.
definitely Busta Rhymes.
But
Busta's got an ill voice.
Melly Mel.
Melly Mel's voice, yo, he might have one of the
Okay.
illest, like, normal voices.
Before you even say like that Chuck D's got the illest voice, have you ever heard the story of why his voice booms so fucking loud?
Yeah, I have. I can't remember if it was you that told me that.
Yeah,
or if
it was because early performance they were doing in a club. Melly Mel was outside and he was like, "Yo, you guys fucking suck," and he started rapping. He's like, "I can't hear you." So Chuck was like, "Oh shit!" Like Melly fucking cussed me out, and you could hear him in the audience just talking. So Chuck went back and just started practicing so much that he
vocal
learned-
projection.
Yeah,
That's
he
dope.
learned his
That's
vocal projection because of Melly
That's dope.
calling him out.
So Melly wins that
yeah, maybe
because
Melly
he
Mel
told
is a
he
contender.
told him to be better.
Yo, Melly
Might.
Mel is an ill vocalist,
They
though.
don't-
Like, his voice is...
Yeah, Mel's
It's
dope.
crazy how, like... And with, like, I don't know if you guys watch the evolution of hip-hop. It's super
Yeah.
dope.
Shout out
It's like
Shad.
a bunch of shit you already know, but then you learn kind of cool nuances
Yeah,
and things
yeah.
in between and, like, through, like, little interviews that you didn't know. You're like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, little diddy bops and shit.
Yeah, but it's super dope. I can't even remember how I was going to relate it to this whole story now. Something about Chuck D, Public Enemy, something we were talking
evolution
about
of
here.
hip-hop. Shout out Shad
vocalist.
regardless.
Oh,
'cause-
just Melly Mel. When you
Yeah.
seen when the message dropped and you seen that placement in history,
Yeah.
you're just like, wow, like because it really shows you in comparison. Like at the same time, you had like Looking for the Perfect Beat or like Planet Rock by
Yeah.
Bambaataa. You had like Rappers
Yeah.
Delight was that cornball song that nobody in the hip hop community liked.
Yeah.
because it was
Yeah.
all Grandmaster Caz's rhymes. But it's like then when you see when the message comes out and you're just like, yo, like this is like as early in hip hop as it actually like really gets
Yeah.
like on record, like
Yeah.
Melly Mel and Grandmaster Flash, and you're like, and Melly Mel is like the message is one of the illest hip hop songs of all time.
Absolutely.
Like
definitely
it
say
still
that.
stands up today. Like you can listen in 2018 and it's not like aside from like his flow, but that's like one song from that era where the flow doesn't even sound dated, even though it still is that same flow
Yeah.
that everyone was doing.
For sure.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for sure.
Because it's just the message is so powerful, and it's just like when you really see it in the perspective of the timeline. You know what I mean? Like you're just like, holy shit! Like
Well, it
that
just- it
song
just
is
shows
so
you-
ahead of its time.
Is it ahead of its time, or does it just show you that it's the same shit back then, the same shit today? That what we think, is going on today is like, oh my God, we got to panic. There's so much trouble going on. Really, it was the exact same shit as it was 30, 40 years ago. We still had, or the people back then still had the exact same problems, the exact same bills to pay, the exact same stresses, the exact same drugs.
The
and
difference
gangs,
in that,
and
though,
they
is
didn't have the internet.
New York even isn't as bad now as it was then. It might be bad for other reasons, but like that whole song just paints a picture of like a half-torn Bronx. You know what I mean? That looks like a military zone. It just paints that picture of like, when like Broadway or what is it? Yeah, it's Broadway. My bad. And like New York was just filled with like hookers or like fucking, like
Square.
41st. Yeah, like Times Square. You go block over where it's like, I don't know. I can't remember what it is now, but when I was there and like people are just like, oh yeah, like this whole strip used to be hookers. Like before Giuliani cleaned the shit up. Like but it paints that picture. Like, might be the illest opening in hip hop. Like broken glass everywhere, people pissing on the stairs. They just don't care.
No, I feel you. It's definitely up
Like-
there, and he definitely does have one of the most memorable voices in hip hop history. There's a few other people that I do think, like they're definitely up there. One person I would argue is ODB. Come on, ain't nobody ever gonna imitate. Ain't nobody ever gonna be able to pull off or do the things that he
ODB did have
with
an ill
his
voice. Like lyrically, like, and I know I'll probably catch flack for this, but like lyrically, fucking ODB was ass.
What? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh man, come on.
Man, he was dope. He did his thing.
He
man.
swung
But
through the
whatever.
tree. He swung through the trees like a salamander.
Hey man, he did his thing, man.
I've
KRS-One?
never seen a salamander swing through a tree, but when you find one, hit me up with that video.
Shit. I think salamanders live in the fucking water in the rocks, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird. That was a weird. But you know what?
It's just because he was high as fuck. You know
That's
what I
how
mean? Like
he
he was.
is, man.
Probably.
I remember
That's like ODB's ill. Like he's ill as like just being who he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'd say like lyrically, man, like ODB, like no one ever mentions him in those conversations.
I feel you.
Really.
It was, it was his voice, his delivery, it was the way that
Yeah,
he
that's
did things
what
so
made him
unorthodox.
ill.
KRS-One's got another really, really dope voice that,
He does.
Yeah.
But he's one that like can almost. It's almost like you like really. I don't know. It's hard to explain with KRS because I met a lot of people that think he sounds horrible too.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
oh, he sounds like people who aren't educated on their hip hop. It's like almost like more acquired taste in a sense. Like
What about Cube?
Or like the flow is like dated. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it because I love KRS-One, but
What about Cube?
and I guess we're talking voice here now,
Yeah.
anyways. But Cube's got a dope voice.
Yeah. So there's definitely a few up there with Mel. And
Cube also a little overrated with the pen, in my personal opinion.
get the fuck out of here. You're blasphemous, bro.
Nah, man.
You are blasphemous
He just-
100%.
Nah, he's a good storyteller, all that stuff. But Slick Rick was a better storyteller.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shit, I'll admit
No one
it.
can fuck with Slick.
You
Yeah,
know what I
Slick was
mean?
dope.
Like,
Slick was dope.
I'm just going on.
Slick
Like
was
when
dope.
I say this stuff, I'm not talking about overall artists, obviously. Right? I'm just
Yeah.
talking about like lyrically.
Yeah. Hey, well, it is what
Like
it
Melly
is.
Mel was nicer
Motherfuckers
than
have
Ice
their
Cube lyrically.
opinions.
Maybe.
Think so?
I think it was like a very even comparison, at least. Actually, I think like Melly Mel's like skill set sits around the same as like Ice Cube's.
Yeah, I could say.
Yeah, one could argue that, but I mean, like Cube used it in a way that's, I don't know. I get what you're saying. Cube
Yeah.
doesn't really overcomplicate his lyrics in any way, shape, or form. Doesn't even overcomplicate his flow.
Nothing
but
at
what
all.
he
Yeah.
does.
No,
with
but he's
his-
ill. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I love Cube.
Yeah.
I'm just
He uses his toolbox. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he uses it very well. So
He does have a good voice in hip hop, though. I mean, like people argue, like your Lil Wayne's and
yeah.
Easy E.
Easy had a dope fucking voice,
Yeah.
man. Shit.
I don't know, man.
He had a very, very unorthodox.
I don't know about all of that. I'm not saying.
foul.
I'm not saying, man. He wasn't intended to be a rapper.
No, but
was just-
he wasn't intended to be a
yeah.
rapper. But these are the guys who, you know what I mean, because they're so uniquely themselves and because their voices are so uniquely different.
It makes them dope.
Yeah, it makes them more memorable. Be real.
Scarface has
see,
a dope
Be Real
voice.
Be real.
I wouldn't say
Right?
he has a dope voice, but he has a very unique voice.
Be Real's, yeah, I was gonna say
Right.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a
Q-Tip.
dope voice. Q-Tip,
Q-Tip.
another one I don't necessarily think
It's
has
just
the dopest
nasal.
voice.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they're going
Nasal.
nasal. Him. Be
I'd rather
real,
like
Q-Tip,
Eminem's
Magoo.
nasal than Q-Tip's nasal.
What about Magoo?
Oh man, that's too much nasal. That's way nah. I'm sorry, like I don't fuck with Magoo. I never understood Magoo. Yo, let's talk about the MCs in time. But yo, actually, let's get off this. But that's a conversation I want to get to because I know there's at least a respected hatred for Silk the Shocker in the room.
Oh,
but
fuck. Oh my god. Yeah.
But-
Another
Let's
one
move
not
on from the
intended to be
hip-hop,
a rapper,
man.
possibly.
Yeah.
oh man, but voices in hip hop, yeah, man, I gotta give it to
argue.
Chuck D.
Chuck D.
Do you mean
Chuck D,
voices
Melly
in
Mel?
terms of his voice or his message?
Like
No,
literally
voice.
Okay.
Vocals.
Yeah.
vocals, yeah, just his voice.
Yeah.
Chuck.
He's
Melly.
another one who lyrically, like in Public Enemy is my favorite group or in the top 3. You know what I mean? But like he's another one who like lyrically wasn't the dopest.
Yeah. No.
He was good
absolutely
at conveying a message
Yeah.
and like making it rhyme, but that's like, like an Ice Cube, you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Kind of
yeah.
like
not. Snoop. We didn't even.
Snoop is like the prime of that, and he's got a dope voice. But after his
Yeah.
first like 2 albums, Snoop has been that artist as well too.
Yeah,
there was some
yeah.
slick shit on Doggy Style, like there was like,
Yeah.
and every once in a while, like every 10 years or so, Snoop Dogg would drop a song, and like you'd be
Yeah.
like, "Whoa, I kind of forgot Snoop could spit."
Yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? He's just like,
We'll
"I
go
never
back and-
spit, but when I do spit, you gonna know I spit."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, yo,
Shizzle.
shout out to people watching. Who we got
Hey.
viewing, or someone left a message there?
Yo, yeah, Method Man has the dopest. Yo, Method Man, that's to me, yeah, it's between Method Man and Chuck D.
And he's got that lisp too.
Method
though,
Man
you know
and
what I'm
Chuck
saying?
D.
Meth got that lisp, and he
lisp,
still
yeah.
makes it. He makes it work. Like
Yeah.
he puts it into his repertoire, and
Yeah.
it works well for him. So
Yo,
shout out,
yeah,
man.
Method
Who
Man.
said that?
hands
Who
down.
said meth?
David?
All right.
Oh,
shout out David. I don't know. I don't know which
Definition.
David. Oh, Def. Okay. Shout out Definition. Yeah. Okay. You're saying like the first names. I'm just like
The lisp is what does it. Yeah, fucking hands
absolutely.
down. Yeah,
Okay,
Method Man
yeah,
actually
Meth does
might be the
okay.
nicest voice in hip hop.
Nice,
But it's
yeah.
him and Chuck D.
Okay, they're out there. They're
It's
out there.
close. It's
They're out there.
close. I would put Method over Chuck
Yeah.
in terms of voice, overall voice. but it's close.
I feel you.
Yeah. What about you?
Man, fuck. There's so many, but I'd have to honestly say, maybe a Chuck, maybe a Snoop.
Snoop does
'cause he
have a
just got
dope voice.
He's got a very dope voice, and maybe even a Biggie. If not a Biggie, a Tupac.
we slept on Biggie and Pac.
And Pac. You know what I'm saying? Like Pac's just he's got every
his
voice
voice
you
is-
want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
His
Like
voice
Pac's
is
just
very
winning.
heavy.
Yeah.
So, like, you listen to when Pac speaks.
Yeah.
But you see, and that's like an influence of Chuck D. You know what I mean? Because that was
Oh, yeah,
the
his
same
first
thing
tour.
with Chuck.
His
Chuck.
first tour with
Public
Digital
Enemy.
Underground was Public Enemy, and they let him come out and,
Oh, word,
rock,
eh?
rock
I didn't
like
even
a
know it
1 minute
was with
freestyle.
PE.
Yeah, man. If I'm not mistaken, like he met Jay-Z on that tour and stuff. I could be absolutely wrong, but that's just
Yeah.
like the lure and fucking Jeopardy knowledge
Oh,
I got
man,
floating in my head and shit.
I gotta interview like Shock G or something. You know
That'd
what I
be
mean? That would be
dope.
ill. I could.
That'd be dope.
Like
He'd
Vlad
have
did it, but he
stories.
didn't really get like good shit.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
he interview Shock or he interviewed Money B? And he
One of them.
like maybe Humpty and Shock G are the same person.
Nah, they're different.
They
people.
are they?
No, fuck no.
I
They're the
was
same
gonna
person.
What?
Anybody in 2018 who believes that Humpty Hump and Shock G are two different people.
But you see them do different. Like
That was just editing, bro.
I know, but it's like it's so trippy.
I feel you, man.
But like.
That's
Like
hilarious.
there is a lure to it, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
like,
yeah.
but but I think he interviewed one of them as like in character. I'm not
It
sure,
would have been Hump then, because
or it might have been Shock just as Shock.
And I remember that episode. It was
a weird
it was,
Vlad
Shock.
episode.
It was Shock.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, like I feel like you could have got a lot more cooler stories than what you did.
Sometimes Vlad.
He's just too bent up on asking about like trigger things for
and
views.
he doesn't. I used to love Vlad TV, but he's so
Yeah.
monotone and so like in the background, just asking questions like.
Yeah.
At least be like, what's the guy's name again on CNN?
Oh, if DMX had better message, he would make movements such.
But he definitely had a crazy voice.
DMX's voice.
How did we
Yeah,
forget
we
about
slept on
X? Oh my God! How did we forget about DMX?
X actually goes up
That's
in
why
the.
it's debatable.
Yeah,
man.
he goes up in there with the three of them.
Ooh,
It's the
ooh.
three
X's
of them.
voice is crazy.
I was gonna say we could spend the whole episode
Just talking
debating
about that.
this shit.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like. We can't do that, man.
Nah,
we can't
we
spend
gotta-
every episode
we'll move
debating
forward.
this hip hop, man. But yeah.
But with that being
It's
said-
it's a good way to what's it called?
Segue.
Not even just to warm up the
Warm
up. Yeah,
because
yeah.
Okay, I
some
got
of
you, I
the
got you.
things
Get
that
it
might
started,
come
get
out
it
of our
started.
mouths
I feel you.
today.
Yeah. I told my nephew
I
to
don't
wrestling
even know
last
what's
night.
gonna happen.
I took my nephew to wrestling last night for
How
the
was
first time.
that?
That was dope.
Yeah?
It was dope. He loved it, man. We went to we had 300 seats up in the ACC, and they upgraded us down to the 100 for free. So that was really,
Oh,
really,
word.
really
That's
cool.
sick.
That's dope.
Yeah, he's 7 years old. He loved it. It was pretty exciting. He likes 80s
That's
style
dope.
and stuff. So that was pretty cool, man. Shout out all the wrestling fans. You know me. I'm a wrestling nerd. I want to shout out Specs Don because I know he went to Monday Night Raw. I saw the footage.
I like chilling Monday Night Raw, watching me and Daniel
Danny-O.
at the Sky Dome when it's in
Yeah.
town.